All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, Errol Spence Jr. rips Terence Crawford for stalling and wasting his time. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. We are back in the 147-pound division, and today is where the ish hits the fan. Because Errol Spence Jr. is going off on Terence Crawford over this bout and him not taking this bout after all of the conversations that have been going on for months. Now, before I get into that, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are a longtime subscriber and supporter to the channel, thank you so much. Specifically, thank you to the entire crew in the live stream that supports so heavily. My man John Bowie, Mike Kirkland, Terry Schmoot, Deborah Booker, all y'all. Thank y'all so much. Herbert Johnson, thank you guys. Jeff Campbell, thank you guys so much for all of that. I'm sure I missed some people. If you are new to the channel, though, please hit that subscribe button and join us for all the fun we have in this boxing conversation. No matter what type of boxing fan you are, we can get some exciting conversation going on in here in the comment section and in the live stream. Now, before I get into, let me get into this. Man, Terence Crawford out here looking bad, man. Terence Crawford's out here looking bad. Errol Spence Jr. tweets and says, NIGGA been stalling for months. I could have fought in November. Basically obviously talking about Terence Crawford. Now, Terence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. have been negotiating for months and months and months for a fight for the undisputed title at 147 pounds. And just today, an article came out on Boxing Scene, which says that everything that all the changes that Terence Crawford made to the last contract that they flipped back and forth with had been accepted. Okay, now it's been 2 weeks, and Errol Spence is saying he's not getting any calls back, or his camp is saying they're not getting any calls back from Terence's lawyer for the last 2 weeks. So now Errol is like, look, man, you've been stalling for months. I could have fought in November. Now, first things first, before I get into this, I would not be surprised if Terence Crawford comes out 2 days from now and says something else. Right? What it's going to be, I don't know. However, I don't think it can be anything other than I signed the deal and you have it. Because the way that this conversation has gone over the last several weeks, from Errol saying November 19th, it being reported that Errol said on November 19th, I'm fighting with or without Terence Crawford, to then Terence Crawford saying, oh, look, I signed everything. The ball is in your court, right? And then Errol now saying, Cam now saying, okay, so you sent us back something. We went through it. We edited it, agreed to what you wanted. Now are you ready for the fight? And them not answering. So moving forward, the only thing you can hear right now in this whole, all this chess game that's been going on is that Terence Crawford is going to say, okay, I agree to the fight. I agree to the fight. There's nothing else he can say. If there's any, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, all of that stuff is just gone because there's just no room left for it, right? They've carried this all the way to the end. Errol and those guys have both now said that they've agreed to everything. There's no reason that bout should not take place other than somebody saying no, right? And Errol is saying that Terence is not responding. Now, let me tell you what I've been saying for a while, and I maintain this. Errol should have said back in October that he was going to set a deadline for this bout, and if they exceeded it, walk away. So right now, that Terence Crawford has not responded in 2 weeks, take the offer off the table and go fight somebody else. Any other, I'm going to come back and talk a little bit more and all of that stuff. Let me see. Oh, well, it's not really everything that I wanted. It's really this other thing. Anything else out of this, Errol Spence Jr. is duty bound to himself and to boxing fans who want to see both of these guys get fight one another to just move on. Fight whoever it is that you fight next and get your fight date whenever you can get it. If you can't fight until December or you can't fight till January, whatever, just go ahead and do it. Do not be inactive. Do not sit there and play this game that that not just myself, but other people have thought was one of the reasons for the delay in this bout taking place, was that Terence Crawford or Bomac and these guys may be thinking, look, Errol looked too good in his last fight. Let's stretch this out and try to make this fight take a little bit longer, see if we can get Errol off of his square, right? Or maybe Terence Crawford really is looking at retirement at 35 years old and is saying, look, man, nah, that's okay. I don't want to get in with this guy because getting in with this guy is something fierce. Also, Terence Crawford has also said multiple times, yeah, well, this fight is going to happen down the road. Now, people got on me because I paid attention to what he said. When he said, yeah, this fight with Errol Spence Jr., yeah, it's something that can happen down the road. And real soon. Man, Terence Crawford may just not want this fight for whatever reason. For the money, for it being a very, very dangerous fight. I don't know. However, whatever the case is, it is truly, truly time for Errol Spence Jr. to move on and go and fight somebody else. Keith Thurman, cool. I don't care if you fight Adrian Bronner. I don't care who it is. Just get in the ring, have another active fight. Do not waste your time taking a whole year layoff. Errol fought in April. These guys would have continued that bout out until this conversation out until next April. So he would have sat a full year out again. Don't go for that. Just move on to the next bout. It is what it is. Somebody don't want this fight. It seems to me that Errol Spence Jr. did everything he could to try to get the fight made. I'm not going to say Terence Crawford is afraid of fighting Errol because I don't know what's in that man's head. However, I will say that I did listen to somebody in this camp, and he was like, look, man, some of these fights take long. Maybe we don't take this fight, right? This is the type of fight that, you didn't get Manny and Floyd right away. You got it a year later. You got it 2 years later when it built up. Maybe Terence Crawford feels like if I don't take this fight and then Errol fights somebody else, then hey, the fight gets bigger. We'll go back to it. I'm not sure what it is, man. If what this guy is saying about the money, first of all, I'd never believed the conversations about that no money, no guarantee up front that Terence Crawford was going to fight for no money up front and 35% and 35% of the pay-per-view in a fight like this. That doesn't make any sense for him to say for them to accept that fight. They may have accepted those terms knowing full well that he wasn't going to go through the fight, wasn't going to go through the fight with the fight. Whatever the case is, it's just time to move on, man. It's time to go. It's time to go. Don't look so bad on Keith Thurman, man. Keith Thurman may be available, and that'd be a $79.99 pay-per-view that I would watch and go to Dallas Stadium to do. But it is what it is, man. We'll see what happens, man. But dude, Bud out here looking bad on this one. Just be honest. You don't want the fight if that's the case. And now again, I wouldn't be surprised if he came back a week from now and all of a sudden they finish it up or whatever, but there's nothing else for anybody to do than at this point, there's nothing else to do apparently other than Terence Crawford to agree to that deal. Now, if he starts coming back and asking for something else, if he comes back to Errol Spence Jr.'s camp and asks for something else, Errol's got to walk away based off the information that is publicly available. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.